Hi everyone. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video, so today we're going to be doing a Battlegrounds tournament video. It's internal to 4 Loki, and we are going to be going up against Mastermind. Now, he recently joined the Alliance for Loki, so I do not know much about him or what champs he prefers or doesn't prefer. I know he's an excellent player. He was in DSVG with me the one season I was there, and then he's been at Noon, I know, for a couple of seasons. So for our bans, we're just going to ban defenders I don't like, so we ended up banning Atuma, Mephisto, and Domino. And yeah, like the reason I said I don't know much about what champs he likes attacking with, and I don't know much about his roster except for what I saw for that first time around. So it looks like he kind of went a similar route, just banning good attackers, going with Torch, Archangel, and then Wiccan, since he's not sure who I'm good with either at this point. But this first round, and this is a best of 5, so this is going to be the first round. As you can see, we're halfway through the draft at this point. You're going to see me draft Valk quite a bit. With my bans, I did not ban his Jessica Jones, which was a champ I was scared of him pulling for the most part. I've not faced her much in war. And outside of Archangel and Valk, I don't think I have very many good counters. But yeah, for this first match, some of the defenders he has so far I'm a little worried about. He has Fury, of course, who's always going to be a long fight. And then he also has a rank 5 Scorpion. It looks like an Overseer as well. We are going to be doing the victory track for this, so it's going to be the Unstoppable that we're going to have to worry about. So not the current Gladiator circuit of Bleed and the healing node. So yeah, right now I haven't played the victory track in a while, so I'm not super confident going into this tournament either. But I don't think Mastermind has as well. So it should be a pretty even match. So Ma is a new rank 5 of mine, so when I recently put in my deck, so he is hopefully do well on defense for us for both the Gladiator circuit and war. For myself personally, I don't rank up a ton for Battleground specifically. It's mainly for war. So my deck is definitely not the strongest, and not a deck made for pushing war a ton, or pushing high ranking in Battlegrounds a lot. So this first matchup, I decided to do a mirror match and place Fury on defense to go along against his Fury. He is going to use Herc, and I am going to use Omega Red. As you're going to see, I am not going to play this very well at all. I've been using, obviously Omega Red has been really good in the current Gladiator circuit, but for this match, I am not going to play it very well at all. So we get 10 spores, we get off to a good start, but with the Unstoppable, it becomes a little hard just to manage to keep up the spores while keeping up the degen, obviously, because you have to play around the Unstoppable. You don't want to get too close, but you also don't want to get too far away. So it becomes very tricky, and you're going to make me make several mistakes here. So here's going to go Unstoppable, so I have to wait it out again. Try and stack a little bit of spores. I should have heavied and canceled into my special 2. Instead, I just complete the heavy, which is just awful decision. Our degen is going to fall off right when Unstoppable, so now we lose all of our spores again. I'm going to Dex into this special 2 because I was worried that if I did any hit, I would get pushed to a special 3, which, as you can see from my bars of power, probably is true. And we're still just slowly taking Fury down. So this is going way too slow, obviously. So I'm sure he's close or closing in on being done with his Fury using Hercules. Here we do a good job again, but of course we don't time it where it's right when his life ends, so he sheds the degen off. We're going to Dex into special 2, which he goes Unstoppable during, and we take a bunch of damage. So this fight is just going awful, obviously. And we could get a degen off just so we can keep some spores going at least. But with time running out, this is, as you can tell, definitely going to be a loss. So definitely not the start I was hoping for. We don't even kill him. And just really poor Omega Red play in general. And yeah, he did pretty well, putting up almost 45k. So not the start we were hoping for. Looking at his team, right now I'm trying to figure out who would be the best option here. And I think I'm going to place Ma. This was several days ago now when I did this tournament, or this first round. So we're going to place Ma. And he decides to use Doom. Now here I was considering going with Quicksilver or Absorbing Man. I decided to go with Absorbing Man so I could save Quicksilver for his own Absorbing Man if he places him on defense. And he's going to use Overseer here. We're going to stay with the Uru form, so we're shock immune. And the plan is to just kind of cycle our special 1s, try and push him to special 2 so we don't have to deal with his aura. And then just let the Unstoppable pause our debuffs. So we're doing okay here at the start. I think, yeah, I think a really bad mistake right away. We fail the dex of special 2, eat the special 2, and die right away. So, really bad first match. So, we lose 2-0, and we are down 1-0 for the 5 match series. So, not a good outing our first go-around. I'm looking at his champs just because I'm stuck waiting, basically. There's not much I can do. But yeah, definitely not the start we were hoping for. At this point, I was a little concerned I'm going to get 3-0'd and somewhat embarrass myself. But we'll try our best to get a bounce back the next round. But yeah, and as you can see, Mastermind crushed that Maw with his Overseer. So really good fight from him. And we're going to obviously try and turn it around for the next match. And so since I invited the first round, he is going to invite this go around. We're going to alternate. Mastermind was kind enough to let me go first instead of having us flip a coin. So now we're straight into the second one. At this point, I think I stick with the same bands. I know I debate dropping his Domino at some point, and I might do it here. Wow. Yeah, I think I switched to Future Ant-Man. Yes. So I need to read up on Future Ant-Man's abilities. I actually read about it recently. So I have a better plan of how to face him. I didn't know you weren't supposed to end your combos. So I probably won't be banning him anymore and probably will stop dropping deaths to him. But I decided to leave his Domino out there since I have Omega Sentinel and Nimrod in the deck. I figure I can probably cover her. So this next round, we're going to draft Korg for defense almost every single time. Korg is obviously one of the best, if not the best, BG defender, probably after Atuma, which is why I'm going to ban him every single round. Tiger was a champion I was considering banning of his, just because obviously really good Tiger players can just nuke any fight. But again, I didn't know much about his champs he prefers for war or anything like that, so I just decided against it and focus on the defenders. Right here, I was a little bit worried about Shuri, although we do have Gallon, who's a good attacker for Shuri, as long as you're able to heavy counter her heavy. And at this point, I think I'm going to draft, we're going to draft Omega Red, and then there's our counter for Domino, thankfully. And I think he goes Warlock. Oh no, that must be a different round. Yeah, he's going to go Hercules. So, second match, and we're going to place Korg right away. And I think he is going to do Korg as well. We're going to have another mirror match. Yeah. So we're going to go with Omega Red again. And I'm going to try and play better. I believe he's going to go with Domino. Yeah. So, we get to try and use a Mega Red again. And spoiler, it's going to go poorly again. Yeah, the new meta versus this one, it's just very different. And I just do a really bad job of dealing with the Unstoppable and playing around it. So right when Unstoppable happens when we get our 10 spores, so I'm not able to lock in. I'm going to lock in here just so I can get my spores up and not have to worry about staying close the whole time. But you're going to see Degen falls off when Unstoppable comes. So we're going to eat a combo. Here we lock in with 10 spores. We're going to get the full dex here, but Unstoppable is going to come. Here we're going to throw our special 2, clear his rock stacks, and get our field up. But again, he's unstoppable, so we're trying to stay close. We're not doing a good job. And yeah, I need to really try and watch some other people use Omega Red during this meta, because as you're seeing, my play is just really bad. We're being really slow again. Now we're trying to bait out a special 2. I was going to try and heavy counter it, and obviously I get clipped at the end. Now we're dealing with Unstoppable, and I decide to hit into him. Yeah, we only have 30 seconds left, and we've only just now got him past 50%. The one redeeming quality of this fight is I am doing a good job dexing his special 1 at least. But outside that, yeah, this is a mess. And he's going Unstoppable. We actually have a good amount of spores up, and we lock in at 10. So now I just want to clear his rock stacks. And this is going to come late. I thought it would get, it did get off just in time. But yeah, we don't get the kill, and he wins again. So 3 rounds in a row we've lost. And now we're definitely in a precarious position where we could go down 2-0 very easily. And it would be obviously hard to reel off 3 wins in a row. So we are definitely in a win or go home situation. He is going to place Gallon. Or no, I don't think he ends up placing Gallon. He decides to go with Hercules. We're going to place Maw, which means he's going to use his Overseer again, I believe. Yeah, so at this point I'm worried because as you saw from last round, he completely dominated Maw in the exact same matchup previously. Here I'm debating using Gallon instead, but I decided to just go with Doom. I know that when we obviously knock him down or throw a special, he'll gain one of his feats of strength. And when that happens, he won't be able to be stunned. So it's something we'll have to worry about with our special 3. And there you see, should be worried about it, and it didn't work. We now have the Infuriate on us, so we know some of our abilities may not work from that as well. And so that one, so he must have thrown the special literally before the stagger worked, which is a little surprising. Here I knock him down. And I cleared his feat of strength. And for some reason I think this is, he's going to be stunned when he gets up because I cleared his feat of strength. But obviously the special 3 is going to count as a knockdown. So he is going to be stun immune here. Almost right away. And here we get the combo. I'm like, okay, no problem. We're going to power steal right here. And I think that's because of the Infuriate, which I wasn't able to power steal. Unless there's something else with the node that I'm unaware of. So we're going to eat this special 3. And at this point, I'm like, oh my god, we're down 2-0 for sure. But obviously we're going to do our best to finish this fight, because you never know. Sometimes people make mistakes. We're in our quarter. And we're able to do a good job evading. And we're just going to throw a special 2 at this point. And let those Incinerates just bring him down. He gets us unstoppable, we're well aware of it. And here, I think. So the power steal does work there a little bit. So yeah, the other one must have not worked because of the infuriate. But we're running low on time. And we're gonna try and do as much as we can. But yeah, he's still standing, and I'm very worried at this point. But Ma thankfully pulled it out for us. He must have had some issues with the unstoppable, and maybe he just kept getting faltered. And just kept lining up with that. So we thankfully squeak out a win there to keep us alive. And we're going to go into this final round of match 2. And here I'm not exactly sure who I'm going to place on defense. But I decided to go to Titania, which I think was the right call. Obviously, Tiger's not going to be super fast for it because he won't be able to prevent the unstoppable. And I figured he was going to place Gallon. So we're going to go Gallon versus Gallon, and then he'll obviously use Scorpion since Tigress should not work very well. Gallon versus Gallon. We know we're going to probably eat one planetary mass ending. There's no way around it. So we know we're going to probably lose 30 to 40% of our health. So the main thing here is we want to try and end the fight relatively fast and definitely make sure we don't have to eat 2 planetary masses. That's the big thing. So obviously we're going to play around Unstoppable, do our medium lights, throw our special ones, we get them just to build our mass faster. And yeah, we're just going to play this nice and slow. There, I was trying to bait out his special one during Unstoppable so that I could obviously kind of deal with him at the same time. He doesn't want to play ball, so I'm like, oh, this is slowing us down quite a bit. So same thing here. We're going to use our striker and heavy. So there's the planetary mass explosion from his special one. And we're going to get one in here. So this is 550. I'm pretty sure this is not going to kill. And you're going to see it definitely doesn't kill. So now we really don't want to throw that special too. So we're going to try and reparry. And we're going to do forfeit combo. Stop it short. And then right here we're going to go for the kill. And we had the special one ready to fire off if we didn't get it done in time. And he is still in there with Titania. So the Titania game on defense seems to be working out. I'm just praying that he either just drags the fight out long enough that we're able to win, because there is definitely the fear that, you know, Scorpion could heal back quite a bit and just not take very much damage in general. So I'm really just hoping the time keeps ticking and we're able to scrape out a win, because I'm sure he's going to end with more health than us. And we do end up securing the win. He was not able to finish Titania in time, so we were able to get the win. And even with that being the case, we still only won by like 1,500 points or 1,800 points, so it's still very close. So thankfully we got that win, and that's going to secure a 1-1 tie right now for the matches. So we're going to go into the next one tied up, still best of 5. And we'll start the next round. And I think going forward, we're going to stick with our bands of Atuma, Future Ant-Man, and I want to say Mephisto. We don't have many Mephisto counters, so that's why I typically ban him, and he can obviously slow fights down quite a bit. And then, yeah, Future Ant-Man, like I said, I was not very aware of how to fight him correctly. He was not a champ I typically fight in war, and usually that's the most, like I said, I don't play Battlegrounds that often. This is the most I've played, and we're up near Mysterium 3, so it was not something I am used to fighting against. And here you see, yep, I've draft Valk again. For that exact reason right there. Jessica Jones, still very afraid of having to fight her, without Valkyrie, definitely afraid of fighting her. We're going to get Absorbing Man here as a Hulkling counter, and we're going to draft Moss since he's been doing fairly well for us on defense. Here, he's gonna grab Rintra. So we have Scorpion who can work, obviously a little bit on the slow side, and he grabs Tigra. At this point, I think I've seen enough of my Omega Red fights against Korg, so we're not going to use that strategy going forward. My plan with that selection was that I could use Absorbing Man for Korg and then Valk Hulkling if need be, since Valk's a pretty good counter to Hulkling. And then here, I think we're going to draft Shang-Chi since he has so many Hulkling counters. It just doesn't seem to make sense to draft him, and he's not very good for most of those fights there. So we're going to draft Shang-Chi. I've been pretty good with him in the matchups I've used him. I've taken a Mangog before with him. I've taken an Absorbing Man before with him. So he's just there as backup in case things kind of go sideways. And here I think we're going to place Ma or Doom. He doesn't really have a good counter for either of them. Yeah, we're going to go Doom to start. And so he's going to use Tigra. And like I said, no more Omega Red versus Korg. And we're going to use Absorbing Man, who's obviously a great option. He's not good during the current meta on the Gladiator circuit, since he tends to have to stay too close, and then he'll stack a bunch of healing, so it kind of just becomes this whole issue. For this meta, you also are able to stay in the Magma phase or form due to his Unstoppable pausing the debuffs. And you'll see me try and get a couple light intercepts as well, just to be safe. To pause the form, and then the Unstoppable will also pause it. So off to a good start. First special 2 is going to come out, and yeah, we've already taken off 25% health. We're also able to do some light counters of his special 2 pretty well, and we're going to clear his rock stacks again, bait out this special 2. We're going to use our combo here. We know the Unstoppable is going to end early, and we're able to fire off the special 2 right away. Obviously from the, I don't remember what exactly it's called, but the rock stack damage we take from hitting him reduced quite significantly on Absorbing Man, which is super convenient, obviously. And we're going to clear his wall rock stacks right here. I believe... Right here we'll get the full dex again, and we're going to do our medium light into our special 2, and that's going to end the fight. So much better than our Omega Red performances, and he must have got hit by a special 2 or something along those lines, so he died pretty quickly to Doom. So Doom did a great job, and we were able to finish with 47k, which is a respectable score against Korg. We're then going to place Ma on defense. Like I said, he doesn't have a good Ma counter either. And he is going to place Mangog. So here I'm debating if I want to go Scorpion or Titania. And I decided I'm going to go Scorpion here. I think Scorpion should be quicker. And I kind of want to go for the win here, not play it safe. And try and go for the final round, since I don't have any good defenders. So really, we got to win here. To make sure we secure a W. And here, I need to look into this. I'm second guessing if Mangog was immune to poison. Again, I need to look it up again. I think he's only immune to bleed, not poison. So poison would have been fine. I know he's not immune to rupture, so I just decided to go with rupture instead. So originally I was planning to throw special 2s, but since I see his health going down so fast, I decide I'm going to throw special 1s, I believe. Yeah. And with special 1s as well, if he gets pushed to a special 2 and he goes unblockable from it, we do have the taunt up. So we're just going to keep firing these special 2s off. We're only going to do 3-hit, or not 3-hit, we're not going to do any 5-hit combos, since we don't want him to get his, I think their hatred charge is too high. So we're going to go here. Another special one. We're going to take this into block. Does very little damage. And now he's right in distance where probably one special one he'll go down. And he does. So very fast fight. Or pretty fast fight. And we ended with a good amount of health. 49k score is really good. And so I'm waiting here thinking, oh, you know, Ma's probably causing issues, delaying stuff. So he's probably having some trouble here. But as you're going to see, we just get a timeout and the match ends. Now, I sent him the video of my score just so he could see what I had. And I think he just confirmed basically that he didn't get a score. His match just ended and he thought I ended up quitting. But I sent him the video. I sent him this score. And he just decided that, oh yeah, this was going to be a win by me with Scorpion. So he was very kind of just let it be. Yeah, you won this round and you'll take this match instead of trying to make us replay it or anything. But yeah, as you can see from the matchup, I easily had the more favorable matchup just because I got luckier drafting. So it would have been pretty surprising if he was able to win that. So won't see the score for the win, but we do end up counting that as a win for me. So I'm now 2-3 up on the series. And we are going to go into this final round. And we're going to ban the exact same, the fourth round, and we're going to ban the exact same champs. Atuma, Mephisto, and Future Ant-Man. And he decides to start banning Ma just because I think he's seen enough of Ma on defense. Understandably so, Ma can be a very annoying defender in this meta with Unstoppable, preventing you from knocking him down. He gets Jessica Jones, and Valk pops up right away, so I select Valk faster than I probably ever selected a champion before, and you can see him make the face laughing. Knowing right when he picked Jessica Jones, I was going to get Valk. So again, very fortunate for me on the champs I'm pulling. And you can see that's kind of a running theme where I'm getting kind of a little bit luckier for sure with the draft. So right now for defense, we don't have much. Scorpion would be an okay defender. Azori Man's pretty good, but he has a ton of science options. We're going to draft Hulkling for Warlock or for defense, and same with Gallon there, since he doesn't have any good Mystic options right now. He here is going to go with Kate and Domino. And we don't have any good Domino options yet. So here I decide to draft Korg in the hopes of drawing out his Domino, I believe. Yeah. So we go Korg there just because I want to get his Domino off defense because we don't have a good option there. And then we drafted Quicksilver just as a potential defender and as a counter. I wanted to kind of deter him from drafting any strong Mystic defenders, which he didn't end up getting that last draft. So we're going to place Korg here to start. I believe. Yeah. So we're going to place Korg. Again, sole purpose of drafting Korg there was I want to get Domino off his defense. Now he places Korg, and I decide this is a throw round. So you're going to see me use Quicksilver. So I was originally going to use Hulkling because I figured he could work, but I know he has Domino, and I'm not sure if I'll be faster or not. So we're going to use Quicksilver, and he places Domino, and I'm pretty sure that he's right here considering, can I get this Korg down confidently without using Domino? And he decides to keep Domino to make sure he gets the win this round. So my gamble paid off. If he would have been able to use someone else and confidently got a Korg down, I would have been in a world of hurt because I didn't have a Domino counter, and he would have placed him next round, and I would have probably lost. So this is a throw round, but we do want to take it, give our best effort. I mean, you never know when the opponent will make a mistake. Unfortunately, because it is class at disadvantage, we are not going to place our slow. So this is obviously going to be a super painful fight. The only redeeming thing about this fight is we do have a lot of hits on our combo. So we should be able to get rid of the rock stats fairly quickly, which we do. Here I throw the special one. I don't know why I did that. Maybe I might have not realized that the slow wasn't going to stick until after I got hit by it. But yeah, after that I'm like, oh yeah, slow's not going to stick here because of class disadvantage. So here, I think, yeah, they're just going to naturally explode. I was trying to get the whiplashes up before that. And yeah, obviously this is not a good matchup. But again, it's a throw round, so we're still going to do our best. At least try to not die. So we're going to throw the special 3. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure if this was going to slow him down, do the slow time thing like it does usually. But yeah, we're just going to throw this. His rock stacks were down, so at least it did a little bit of damage. I'm going to bait out this special 2. We're backed into our corner. He goes unblockable. So yeah, this is doing really badly. We only have 10 seconds left, so I just want to end this, at least survive. Full decks of a special 1 again. And yeah, not going to be a high score. And he does get him down without too much issue. Again, it's Korg, so he took a decent amount of damage, but yeah. So now we're in a good spot. This is kind of where I wanted to be. And my plan from here is to just place both Gallon and Hulkling on defense, knowing he doesn't have a really good counter for either of them. So I just want to make sure I do my best. Let's see, we're going to place Hulkling to start. Here, I kind of expect him to either use Scorpion or Kate. And he does decide to go with Kate. We're going to use Valk for Jessica Jones, who is the perfect optimal counter. And we're going to do our best to get this fight down. So the plan here, as I'm sure most people are much better Valk players than me, we want to get to our 10 hits and then alternate our combos. So we're going to end with a light ender, switch us back, so we're going to go back over. We're going to end with a medium ender. And we're going to bait the special 2 out. I don't know Jessica Jones' animations very well, so I thought it ended there. So you're just going to go early, and we take a big hit. So now I'm a little bit worried if he does a good job getting him down. We're going to be able to hurt. We're going to throw this first special into Jessica Jones' block. But yeah, we're up around 70%. We're going to do a medium ender there to flip our combo again. And we have 5 buffs, 2 bulwark, 2 pierce. So at this point I'm like, okay, we're good. We don't need to worry about trying to get any more buffs. We're going to try and hinder our block. And there, similar thing. I'm not an experienced Valk player at all. I thought I would get enough power to throw that special 2 into her block, which we clearly didn't. So we're wasting even more time. This is kind of a really bad fight at this stage. I just wanted to wait out her special 2 completely there so I don't get punished again. Here, we're going to throw our special 2 on her block and finally end the fight. But that was very sloppy Valk fight. He's still in there, so I'm pretty confident that we should get the win, because I imagine Hulkling's causing a bunch of issues, just slowing down the fight, getting unstoppable. So I'm just hoping, with his healing, I'm hoping he just outlasts Kate, since she probably won't be able to keep him in the corner and refresh those cold snap debuffs. Right now I'm looking at my matchups, trying to figure out who I want to use for this final fight. And as you can see, we do get the win there. Thankfully, he had a rough matchup, because that Valk play was just awful. There's no reason I shouldn't be putting up 4,700, even with the rank 3 there. And there's no reason I should have ate that special 2 to the face. So right here on defense, I am going to place Gallon, because I think he's the best defender. Obviously, he would be the best option for Warlock, but I figure I can use Scorpion or Absorbing Man without issue to get Warlock down. And I have Scorpion if he places Hulk or his own Scorpion here. And he is going to go with Warlock. I decided to go with Absorbing Man. And I think that was the right call. Scorpion also obviously can also go Shock Immune. And here I'm debating if I should stay Shock Immune, but I'm just going to go for the Magma and just try and be as fast as possible. Again, he's going to get Unstoppables, which is going to pause my form. And we're just going to do our best to get those special 2s rolling and play this smart. Now, the one thing I was very conscious of with this matchup is that we don't want to do our medium, light, medium attack, which will place the physical debuffs, I think is what they're called on him, and give us a heal. Now, the reason of that is 100% because of the heal, as his infection will reverse the healing and we will take a ton of damage. So my plan is to only use those medium lights near the end of the fight when I'm going for the kill, basically. Ideally, we want to bait out special 2s like we do there. And he's going down pretty well. We get some good intercepts in, straight into another special 2. So he's down at 50%, and we're doing a pretty good job in taking some damage, but not a ton. And we're going to bait out this special 2. He's starting to get pretty damn low. So here we're going to do a medium, light, medium, throw our special 2, and as you see, the degen even started right there, but I knew we were going to be able to finish the fight. So we get out of there, 4,700, and he finished slightly ahead of us, but Gallon must have been able to get a couple planetary mass things off and chipped him down just too much health. So we were able to secure the win there, which was very fortunate for us. And it's looking like we'll be in a good spot to win, or we'll advance to the next round. We are going to be going up against Andrew, who is top 10 in the world, if not top 3 right now. So we are very much underdog, but I'll honestly try my best and see if we can at least get a match off him. But that's going to do it.